Hey guys, in this video we are going to add the exporting the data to PDF file. I'm going to introduce you to this library. I found this one, and it's a great tool or library for exporting data from currently from our database to the PDF file. So as you can see here, you can create here. Let's click some of this tutorial and click the demos. As you can see here, it returns this nice PDF. So you can also add header, footer, page break, image. It's a great tool. So today I'm going to show you on how we can use this. Well, not of these functions, but this one, the showing up data to our, displaying a table inside the PDF file. So now first thing we need to do is we need to go to downloads, and then this one. So right now I'm just going to paste this or move that inside the folder and then extract the file. Just going to remove this one. So if you can see here, if you click, it's basically show this downloaded files. This also includes the tutorial on how you can implement this feature to your system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the whole FPDF and move it to our IMS. I'll put it inside the database, so a PDF. So if we go back to our downloads page or the documentation and tutorials tables, so here they have a great way of showing how to implement this library. So going back to our system, here we'll need to add a PDF, a link to our PHP file that will export the data to PDF. So I'll just grab this one, copy, then here let's just rename it to report pdf.php, and report type is product. So in our database we'll just add a new file. So now we have that file. So going back to the documentation, let's just open a PHP tag and require. So basically the require field is just including that file into the current file so we can use the function. So if we are going to open the FPDF, as you can see here, the report if PDF, it's inside this directory. So if I'm going to click, it will show us an error since this file is inside the FPDF folder, this one. So if I refresh, so error is gone. Next thing I'm going to do is go back to this documentation and grab the file or this line of code. So you might here there's a class. Maybe you haven't encountered classes before, but I'll just explain to you what it is. So just going first to properly align this, and here we can remove this simple table, better table, and we'll just keep the fancy table. So if you click on the demo here, you can see the fancy table. It's nice since there's a color alternate background color for each row. So we're going to create this one, but instead of this data, we'll be pulling it from our product table. So if we refresh, so the count is 30. So before we start, so basically if you check this require PDF, this file, we're going to check that one. Here you can see this is a class, and we have some properties here. So basically a class, it's a blueprint of an object, and in order to access the functions, set the properties, or use the functions of this, like here they can have the set margins, the left margin of the file. In order to access it, you need to instantiate the class, and that becomes an object. So as you can see here, we created our own class PDF, and it extends the FPDF class, which is this one. So here we can get or use the functions from this class, since we use the extend. So for example, this one, set text, if we view that one, we can see that there's a set text color, draw color. So you can access all the public functions inside of this PDF class. And then here, in order to use this one, so the class PDF, we need to instantiate. So the PDF file, we have we call the class name, and then as you can see here, we can use this characters in order to get the function. So here we have the load data, we can get it, set font. So here what I'm going to do is clean up the data, the class, and only use those functions that we need for our table. So this one here, they have this header, so we don't need this one because we'll be pulling from our MySQL database, or maybe we just hard code. So here, this current function or class, it loads the data from this file. So we remove this, we can remove this, we don't need this one. And then since we removed that function, if we refresh our file, as you can see, it doesn't have that data, so we'll just remove that. So just an example, we can for now hard code the data. So let's say this should be an associative array, and here we have the header, so I should expect for columns, so we'll have 4 elements inside the array. So for example, America, Washington, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's create another one. Spain, I don't know. And then here basically this just setting the font, the PDF or the stacks. The add page function, this is basically adding a new page in our files. The basic table, we remove this one, so we don't need it. Improved table, we don't need it, we remove it, so it'll just have the fancy table. So if you're going to refresh, as you can see here, empty, and we have the data. So that empty file, it's because of this add page. So basically this is the first page, and here we can just remove this one since we don't have to use the 2 other pages. So here it's just a single page and we have our data. So what we're going to do here is we'll need to identify the products or the data. So if we export the Excel file, let's just use the Excel file. We can see which fields are going to use. So here we can copy, and we can use or replace this one. So this is our header. We'll have the product ID, name, image, stock, data done. Then here we should fetch from our database. So in our report.csv file, we can just grab this statement. So here we can just use load product, but of course we need to capture the type report. So we'll just move these below start PDF, then here we'll need to choose if type of reporting equals product, then we'll use these headers, then the statements. So basically what I'm going to do here is we select from products and then we use the join, since we are also including the name of the users. Just going to make it better. Then here fetch all, so we have the products and then the fetch all. So now we'll just need to make or arrange the data based on this header arrangement. So we can add here an empty array of data, then here just use so I guess we can use this one. We can just add that to our data. Then here this should be an array. So the first is we should have an ID. So product ID, let's dump the data and then die for now. And then if you refresh, so we need to include the connection file here. Let's move it. If you refresh, so it's a null product ID. Let's just refresh or use bottom the product data. So product and die. So here we have an ID. Let's just remove this is header. We don't need that one. Refresh. So you can just use an alias product.id as PID. Should be products.id, and as you can see here we'll have PID, so we don't get confused with the user ID. So you can use the one PID. Should have the product name, then I'll have the description, then the image, stock, created by, which is basically the created by, and then created at and updated at. So now if I'm going to dump, so we have an arrays of data. So if we're going to bar down the data, should have 7 or 4 or 5. So here we have nice data, and then also here the date. You can always make it readable or format it. So here we can use this one. This will create or give us a better or a much readable date. So here let's just close bottom. So here June 14, so it's formatted correctly, but here we'll just use J. I think this will give us not J but small m. also done the time. I'm trying to find it 3 months later, so that should be capital M. Refresh. As you can see here, June 10, 2021. So it's looking good. What we're going to do here is need to remove that one. Now we have the PDF, so the set font, we can remove this one. If we refresh, so there's an error online. 273 okay, so I guess only this one, setting of font. So here, so as you can see here, we have an error. So before I will just explain how to, or what's inside this function. So basically it accepts the header and the data. So here, this function, we can set the color, the text color, the line width, and then the font. Then here for the headers, as you can see, we have 4 headers, so we can set the width of these headers. So basically this function or variable, this, they set the width, I think it's in pixel, but currently here, as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, we have 8 elements, and that's why they have this error 4 5 6 7. So we can just copy this for now, then this will set the ID for, or the width of each of these columns. And also here, this is where the cell, or the function that writes the cell or displays the text. Here the first parameter, we display the width, and 7, let me check, the height, it's the height, and then the header I, basically the width, no, so we type, not, it's the text or the header data. So this one, ID product name, and then they have the line, border true, set the true, new line, false, the line, center or left for L, right for, R for right, then field false, basically this one. This will add the set color if it's set to true. Then here we have the new line, which means a new row. Then here, same function, but here it will display loop the data, and we have this false function. This will give us the alternating background. So if we refresh, so here for, so we need to write each of the element. So we have 8, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. For now we'll just remove this one, and then let's update. I'm sorry, should be 3 4 5 6 7 7 6 5 4 3 So if you refresh, as you can see here, we have ID, product name, description, image, stock. But here, as you can see, we don't see the other columns. So we'll just change the orientation of the PDF. The way to do that should be the constructor. Portrait, I think, construct. So here's how we can make use of the portrait. So basically we'll call the parent constructor. As you can see here in the parent here, we can the first parameter, its default is portrait, which is P, and to change it you can just use the L. This will refresh. You can see it is now in a nice or up in a landscape view or orientation. So still need to update the text. Can make use of the width 40. Let's do 10. Refresh. Let's do 15. Then we'll put all of this data in center, so the text will be aligned center. Then here we can set the font, just use 11, I guess, smaller. So for the product name, use a left, it's aligned to the left. Description, yeah, should do the left. For now, image looks fine to me. The stock, which is this 45, can do 20. Oh, is that the stock? This one. Created by. So the last column, let's align it to the left. Oh, we can just remove the just refresh first. Set to 100. We can always use the, let's make it more bigger or smaller on the stock. Can use a number format to format the comma of the numbers. See here. So for now we'll just remove the image property and also 12 to line 38. Six. So the description, we'll just remove the description for now. Fresh. Zero, one, three, one, two. And remove. So ID, the product name, stock, created by, created at, updated at. So now we're going to add the header. So go back to our tutorials. We'll have a header here. You can just use this one, and header should be product. We can make it dynamic port header. Then here, if it's a product, you can use product reports, and then here you can then grab that one, just type fresh, should use this PDF product report page. Which is the new line function, so it will create the break. Just copy this one. I think this will create the margin, and we'll make this product report to the center. So PDF cell. Let's add another line. this font, we can use this below our table. Or use it here. Let's make these bigger, so product reports, and I think we don't need a border. So as you can see here, we created a simple export from our MySQL database to PDF. So next video, we are going to create or insert an image to our PDF file, and also handle this multiple lines. So right now, if we refresh our IMS report and export, click this button, as you can see, it returns this data. I'm also going to add or implement the features here to each of these, to the remaining data suppliers, PO deliveries, and add the same function to this product export. So that's it. Thank you.